Yes, it's piddling down outside and I just can't be bothered getting changed out of my jammies. Um, I am thinking about having a bath and getting dressed, but when I'll actually do it, I don't know. Yes, one of my good friends on YouTube suggested I wasn't up with the latest research on proteins and that a low protein diet reduces the risk of cancer. Now, think about it. Think about it. How have they gained this research? How have they come to this conclusion? Have they taken a large group of orphans 50 years ago and put half of the orphans on a low protein diet and half of the orphans on a normal diet to see who comes out the most healthiest in 50 years' time, to see who develops cancer when they're older? No, of course they haven't. They've done this research on rats. Now, I'm sick of arguing this point with Steve. I do not believe in animal experimentation. And he keeps saying, well, they have to start somewhere, Amanda. Yes, but it's not so much that I'm against animal cruelty, which I am, of course. I don't think animals were put on this earth for us to experiment with. But the other thing is, animals have a very different constitution to humans. Now, of course, a low protein diet is good for rats because, rats, their natural food when they're not scavenging off humans is rice, sorry, not rice, wheat, corn, fruits off the trees, stuff like this. Of course, a diet rich in mazes and fruit and carbohydrates is good for rats. Well, of course, anybody who's seen a rat will know that most rats are incredibly fat. They're very chubby. They carry a lot of weight, which is normal for rats. But, I'm sorry, I still believe my secondary school home economics teacher at school that you should eat a decent sized portion of meat. You should weigh the amount of carbohydrates up against how much exercise you take. So, for example, I usually would have just one potato or one slice of bread with a meal. But if I'm cooking for Steve, I do pile his plate up with more carbohydrates than I give myself because he has a very active job. Then you have a large portion of vegetables. Now, that is a normal, healthy diet. And these scientists keep experimenting on rats and saying it's not the case anymore. It is still the case. And, at school I was taught you should eat dairy products because there are a lot of vitamins, particularly calcium, that we need, that we get from dairy products, that humans need to be healthy. And that's it. I'm not coming out with any quack diets or anything like that. I think, people should be eating a normal, healthy diet, and the amount of carbohydrates you eat should be purely dependent on how much exercise you're getting and how much energy you need, because carbohydrates are the thing that gives you energy. And if you don't use it up as energy, it turns into fat and stores on your body. And this is why everybody's becoming obese, because they've been advised to eat a high carbohydrate diet combined with plenty of exercise. Well, people are eating the high carbohydrate diet, but they're not bothering with the exercise, so they're becoming fat. And what's good for rats isn't good for humans. Despite the cruelty issue, rats, I'm sick of doctors experimenting on rats to test new medications. Rats are a lot better at processing toxins and poisons than humans are. Just because a medication's safe for rats doesn't mean to say it's safe for humans. You know, they should, if they have a medication, they should test it on the people that it's meant for. You know, if people have a condition that they're desperate to be cured for, they will probably try it in the testing stages. You know, there's no alternative. Steve says you have to try it on rats first, and if the rats die, don't try it on humans. But you know, rats are a lot better at processing toxins and poisons than humans are, so it's pointless. Experimentation on animals is pointless. They have a totally different constitution to humans. What works for them isn't likely to work for a human being. Anyway, yes, that's it. And I love all my viewers, whatever your views on life. I can't help it if you've been brainwashed by these scientists, can I? Anyway, bye.